suggested him to go and see Gandhi. He is selflessly helping the people. He is fighting against the British rule. Perhaps he may help you. And Rajkumar Shukla all set out to meet Gandhi. Went to Lucknow, we met Gandhi. Gandhi said he had no time, was very busy. Initially, Gandhi could not focus because he did not know that this episode of Champaran would prove to be a turning point in his mission, in the mission of the freedom struggle of India. So Gandhi didn't take it very seriously in the very beginning. Children, any great work starts like this. A very simple way, very simple way. But with the passage of time, it takes its own form. When Rajkumar Shukla approached Gandhi in the beginning, Gandhi didn't take it so seriously. And he presented the excuse, he had no time to go there. He was very busy. But Rajkumar Shukla was very resolute. Do you remember the word? I had used it, adamant. He followed Gandhi whenever he went. Only obstinate people, the people who are adamant by attitudes, can bring about the change. Simple people cannot do great things. When the challenges appear, they just give way. But a specific thing about the people who are very much adamant, resolute, and obstinate, all the three words having almost the same meaning, that they do not accept failure. They fight till the end of their life. That is the attitude. That is the attitude. They will fight till the end. Once they decide, then they don't listen to anybody. So Rajkumar Shukla was resolute. The mindset was 100%. So whatever may happen, whatever it takes, he would persuade Gandhi to visit Champaran. And wherever Gandhi went, Rajkumar Shukla followed. And to see this inclination of Mr. Shukla, to see the intensity of the feeling towards his purpose, at last Gandhi had to give way. And ultimately, Gandhi promised Rajkumar Shukla that he would be present in Kolkata, then Calcutta, now Kolkata, but in those days Calcutta. And after the meeting, he will accompany him to Bihar. And Rajkumar Shukla reached well before, was waiting for Gandhiji to be free from his meeting. And whenever Gandhi got free, both caught the train to Patna. We studied yesterday, isn't it? Do you remember? Sequence wise, I am just explaining, recapping the all such things. Then at night they stayed there at Patna, at the residence of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Needless to say about him, he needs no introduction to India or to the world. But in those days, Rajendra Prasad was not the president, because he became president after independence. nor was he president of Indian National Congress. He was a practicing lawyer at Patna High Court, having a roaring practice. He was a very successful advocate. He was a very successful lawyer there at Patna, a prominent figure of Bihar. But unfortunately, he was not there at his residence when Gandhi and Rajkumar Shukla reached there. So Gandhi faced a little bit of the feeling of untouchability also. The servants there at the residence didn't allow Gandhi to draw water from the well, saying that he will pollute the entire source. So the problem of untouchability was also there. Anyway, the purpose of Gandhi to stay with Dr. Rajendra Prasad was to gather information about Champaran. It is a wise step before contemplating any step to have proper information. So next day, both Rajkumar Shukla and Gandhi set out for Muzaffarpur. And they reached Muzaffarpur by midnight, where he was warmly received by J.B. Kriplani along with a number of college students. The advent of Gandhi at Muzaffarpur was not an ordinary thing. It was a great event because he was going to emancipate the farmers of Champaran from the oppressive sharecropping system. Oppressive. The word oppressive is derived from the word oppress. Oppress. And the word is oppressive. Another operation with the spelling. So he had the reference of J.B. Kriplani right from Shanti Niketan. Gandhi might have met him. About Shanti Niketan, I had explained yesterday that a festal institution established by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. But the classes were held in open. Gurudev used to sit on the thick trunk of the tree and used to teach. Even in the moonlit night, he used to teach. So many things about. When you find time to search the early mode of operation, the early education system in a different way by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. Now it is known as Vishwabharati. Vishwabharati is one of the central universities of India. There are so many central universities in India, and Vishwabharati is one of them. So he gathered information, he collected all the important pieces of information from the people of Muzaffarpur, from J.B. Kriplani and several other important people. And next day he all set out for Champaran. And there was a great excitement in Champaran. They didn't know much about Gandhi, but the reason of excitement, why were they excited so much so? Because a person from Gujarat was coming to help them. It was a selfless service to the peasants of Champaran. Gandhi didn't have any personal interest because his mission was great. His mission was to fight against the British rule, and that was the part of his mission. So whenever he was informed about the operation made by the Britishers there among the people of Champaran, particularly the peasants, he assured Rajkumar Shukla to accompany. That's why he was. Thousands of peasants welcomed Gandhi He was like a Mahatma for them. It was the selfless endeavor. It was the selfless contemplation by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi there at Champaran. And he got the wholehearted support by the peasants and the people of Champaran. So the arrival of Gandhi there at Champaran was a matter of anxiety for the British administration. That a person from Gujarat, by profession is a barrister, advocate, who has come to fight for the rights of the peasants. So immediately he was declared outsider by the British administration and was noticed to leave Champaran at once. Very soon. What happened, children? Gandhi was declared outsider. Who was outsider? Whether Gandhi was outsider or the Britishers were outsider. Who was outsider? Hello?
Sir, can you please repeat the question?
I asked several times, my students will not respond. Hope I am audible to you, children.
Sir, please repeat the question.
Yes. Who was actually outsider? Whether Gandhi was outsider or the Britishers were outsider?
Britishers.
Sir, Britishers.
Britishers.
But why do they think like so? Why do Britishers think like so? Because they had ruled over for a pretty long time and they could not think of that they had to pack up from India. So that India was part and parcel of his empire. So Gandhi belonged to India. He was 24-carat Indian and the Britishers called him outsider. He was also ordered to leave Champaran at once. But Gandhi didn't listen. Once he started working, gathering information, trying to understand the problems of the peasant, trying to understand the sharecropping system and the operation made by the Britishers towards the peasants. So, once he was going to see a peasant who was victimized by the Britishers, on the way, he was stopped by the superintendent of police and was summoned to appear in the court. Gandhi was not a lawbreaker. He appeared in the court and he was ordered to fill up a bail petition. Thousands and thousands of peasants surrounded the premises of the court. And he sent a very tough message to the British administrators. Anything may happen. They had the apprehension that if Gandhi would be arrested, anything may happen. The peasants create any situation. So anticipating the impending danger, anticipating the danger and future, impending danger, they freed Gandhi, allowed to go without filling up any bail petition, and he was also allowed to live at Champaran at large. And Gandhi started his systematic work. He organized the peasants, he organized the local peasant leaders, he also organized the local lawyers, and he also chided the local leaders for extracting fee for fighting their cases. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So Gandhi was also ready to go to jail if such situation appeared. And he clearly sent a message to all the lawyers that if needed, he was ready, he would be the first person to go to jail for the sake of the peasants of Champaran. Understand? For the sake of the peasants of Champaran. And what happened? The peasants, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was also there. They said, what was their statement? That being a person out of Champaran from Gujarat, he was ready to go to jail. It would be a shameful thing for all of us if you don't support Gandhi. Being a Gujarati, he was ready to go to jail for Biharis, and we Biharis. So Gandhi had a very deeper impact on the minds of the people. Why? Because the only thing is there, whatever he wanted to do from others, he himself would practice first. The best example is presented through our own action, because actions speak louder than words. The best example, what is the best example? Not to say, to do it first by yourself, then people, because it is said that people may doubt whatever you say, but they always believe whatever you do. They may doubt whatever you say, but they will always believe whatever you do. अच्छा उपदेश वो होता है जो आचरण से प्रस्तुत होता है, सुना है ना? So the best example is that which is presented by action, and Gandhi was the best example from that point of view. Whatever he wanted from others to do, he himself did it first. And peasants were ready. He also made small groups, that if a particular group goes to or would go to jail, on behalf, the rest of the group will do it. So he organized it. And ultimately, to see the dedication, to see the unity of the farmers, the lawyers, and the leadership of Gandhiji, the Britishers had to melt their attitude. Understand? Had to melt their process of separation, operation. And ultimately, Gandhi said, whatever money was extracted in the form of rent, the Britishers should return it to the farmer. And they were ready to do it, but it demanded 100%, but the matter was finalized for 25%. It was not the amount that mattered. It was not the share or the percentage of the amount. Rather, they were ready to accept the terms and conditions of Gandhi and the leaders of the peasant. That was a remarkable achievement. They were ready to. On one hand, in the beginning, they were putting all sorts of restrictions and compulsion, imposing compulsion to the farmers to grow indigo. Now, they are ready to return the money. And ultimately, peasants were freed from their sharecropping system. Another incident also contributed to this development, that is, Germany also invented synthetic indigo. So availability of synthetic indigo would also helpful for the Britishers to take decision to melt their attitude. But of course, Gandhi fought bravely there. And ultimately, the peasants were free. Now they were not compelled to. It was the first victory of Gandhiji. it was for the first time Gandhi was able to defeat the Britishers. It was for the first time Gandhi was able to dictate his terms, to make the Britisher accept whatever he said. Understand? Though it was a small victory, but it was the initial victory. When you start your journey and the first success you get, it encourages you more for the rest of the victory. So it was not an ordinary achievement. It was the gateway of the freedom struggle of India, as I told you. It paved the way for the further victory. Paved the way. Marg Prashasth. Gandhi was all excited, energized, vitalized, feeling great, some sort of the sense of achievement. So after that victory, he also decided to bring about a change in the lives of the people of Champaran. For that, education is the chief tool. No growth is possible without education, you know. So education and health. Gandhi focused on bringing about a drastic change in the two sectors of the peasant's life, that is education and health. He also opened 6 basic schools, and also 2 teachers volunteered themselves to help the people. Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, the 2 teachers, one from Bombay, one from Pune. They volunteered themselves to render selfless services to the people. They started teaching. Devdas Gandhi, Gandhi's son, also cooperated. Kasturba, Gandhi's wife, also went there. Gandhi stayed at Champaran for continuously 7 months. Though he stayed more than 1 year, but 7 months he was continued. Thereafter he was coming and going, but continuously stay 7 months. And he taught the people the importance of sanitation. Kasturbai was there to lead the women, to suggest them how to maintain sanitation. Certain names are there like castor oil, quinine tablets, and ointment. These are the initial medicine would be given to the people suffering from disease. So education and health promoted directly by Gandhi there. And in this way, children, Gandhi won the first battle against, I call it battle. It was not a battle like Panipat or Palasi or Khanwa and Buxar. Rather, when 2 troops are fighting, rather the mental battle. Vaicharik Yudh, he was able to win it. He was successful. He dictated the terms when the Britishers were ready to accept, and they actually accepted it. So this is all about indigo. Indigo, you understand? Children, I hope you got the complete idea and overview of the chapter. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. So time is running short. Tomorrow I shall discuss some of the important questions and answers. Questions from board model, board point of view, board model questions, some important questions, some of the intricate questions, your questions also. If you are ready with your own question answer, own query, any point of discussion, you can note it down and you can have proper interaction in the class, in the virtual class. Okay. So in this way, that's why indigo, in the very beginning I told you that indigo not just a material used for coloring the clothes, rather it became a logo for success. Indigo was the initial point of success by Gandhi in his freedom struggle. That's why I say it is the